Imagine waking up at 3 a.m., your mind racing with 1,000 thoughts, each one more distressing than the last. You try to silence them, but they keep coming louder and faster. It feels like you're trapped in a never-ending loop. What if I told you there's a way to break free from this cycle? In today's video, we're going to talk about exactly how to stop overthinking and calm your anxiety for good. Overthinking can feel like an endless spiral. One minute, you're contemplating a simple decision, and the next, you're imagining every possible negative outcome. It's exhausting, isn't it? Anxiety and overthinking often go hand in hand, feeding off each other in a vicious cycle. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. In this video, I'm going to share with you practical, actionable steps that you can start using today to break free from the grip of overthinking and regain your peace of mind. What is overthinking? Let's start by understanding what overthinking really is. Overthinking is when you excessively analyze or dwell on a situation, often to the point where it prevents you from making decisions or taking action. It's like your brain is stuck on a loop, replaying the same thoughts over and over again. This can lead to anxiety, which then fuels even more overthinking, a vicious cycle. Why we overthink? But why do we overthink in the first place? It's often a response to uncertainty or fear. We overthink because we're trying to gain control over something that feels out of our control. It's our brain's way of trying to protect us from potential harm. However, instead of helping, it often ends up doing more harm than good by paralyzing us with indecision and stress. The link between anxiety and overthinking. Now let's talk about the connection between anxiety and overthinking. Anxiety is that feeling of worry, fear, or unease about something with an uncertain outcome. When you're anxious, your mind races, and this often triggers overthinking. The more you overthink, the more anxious you become, and so the cycle continues. Breaking this cycle is key to managing both your anxiety and your tendency to overthink. Breaking the cycle of overthinking. So, how do we break this cycle? Here are some practical steps. 1. Awareness. The first step to breaking the cycle is becoming aware of it. Notice when you're overthinking. What are the triggers? Is it a particular situation, person, or thought? Once you're aware, you can begin to address it. 2. Challenge your thoughts. Ask yourself if your thoughts are based on facts or assumptions. Are you imagining the worst-case scenario without evidence? Challenge these thoughts by asking, is this really true? Or what's the likelihood of this actually happening? 3. Limit your decision time. Overthinking often comes from trying to make the perfect decision. Give yourself a time limit for making decisions. For example, if you're overthinking a work-related email, set a timer for 10 minutes. When the timer goes off, make your decision and move on. 4. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness involves staying present and fully engaging with the here and now, rather than being trapped in the cycle of overthinking. Techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or simply focusing on your surroundings can help ground you in the moment. 5. Focus on what you can control. Often, we overthink because we're focusing on things we can't control. Redirect your energy toward what you can control. This might be your reaction, your attitude, or your actions. 6. Take action. Sometimes the best way to stop overthinking is to simply do something. Take a small step towards whatever it is you're overthinking about. Action can help break the cycle by shifting your focus from thinking to doing. The role of self-compassion. An important aspect of overcoming overthinking and anxiety is practicing self-compassion. Often, we're our own worst critics. When we overthink, we're usually being hard on ourselves, worrying that we're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. By treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, we can reduce the stress and anxiety that fuel overthinking. Self-compassion isn't about letting yourself off the hook or avoiding responsibility. It's about acknowledging that you're human, that you make mistakes, and that it's okay to not be perfect. When you catch yourself spiraling into overthinking, try to speak to yourself the way you would to a good friend. Remind yourself that everyone has anxious thoughts from time to time, and that it's okay to take a break and focus on self-care. Daily habits to reduce overthinking. Incorporating small daily habits can make a big difference in managing overthinking and anxiety. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts can be a powerful way to clear your mind. When you journal, you externalize your worries, which can help you gain perspective. Plus, once your thoughts are on paper, you can look at them more objectively and decide whether they're worth worrying about. Physical activity. Regular exercise is not only good for your body, but also for your mind. Physical activity releases endorphins, which are natural mood lifters. Whether it's going for a run, doing yoga, or even just taking a brisk walk, moving your body can help clear your mind and reduce the urge to overthink. Setting boundaries. Overcommitting yourself can lead to burnout and, consequently, more overthinking. Learn to say no when you need to. By setting healthy boundaries, you give yourself the space to recharge and focus on what's truly important. Breathing exercises. When you feel your anxiety rising, take a moment to focus on your breath. Deep breathing exercises can help calm your nervous system and bring your attention back to the present moment. One simple technique is the 4 to 7 8 method. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and exhale slowly for 8 seconds. Digital detox. We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with information. This can easily overwhelm our minds and contribute to overthinking. Consider setting aside time each day to unplug from your devices. Use this time to read a book, take a walk, or simply enjoy the silence. Understanding the what-if trap. A major component of overthinking is the what-if trap. What if I fail? What if something goes wrong? What if I'm not good enough? These hypothetical scenarios can be paralyzing, but it's important to remember that they're just that, hypotheticals. They haven't happened, and there's a good chance they never will. One way to combat the what-if trap is to flip the script. Instead of focusing on the negative possibilities, try asking yourself, what if it works out? What if I succeed? What if this turns out better than I expected? By shifting your focus to positive outcomes, you can reduce the power of your anxious thoughts. Building a support system. Breaking the cycle of anxiety and overthinking isn't something you have to do alone. Building a support system can be incredibly helpful. Whether it's friends, family, or a support group, having people you can talk to about your worries can make a huge difference. They can offer perspective, advice, or simply a listening ear. Sometimes just knowing that someone else understands what you're going through can help alleviate some of the burden. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help when you need it. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. When to seek professional help. While these strategies can be very effective, it's important to recognize when you might need additional support. If your overthinking and anxiety are interfering with your daily life and you're struggling to manage them on your own, consider speaking to a mental health professional. There's no shame in asking for help, and sometimes an outside perspective is exactly what you need to break the cycle. Therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, are specifically designed to help individuals identify and challenge the patterns of thought that contribute to overthinking and anxiety. A professional can guide you through the process and provide you with tools tailored to your specific needs. Breaking the cycle of anxiety and overthinking is possible, but it takes effort and consistency. By becoming aware of your thought patterns, challenging your negative thoughts, and taking proactive steps to manage your anxiety, you can regain control of your mind and your life. Remember, you're not alone in this. Many people struggle with overthinking, but with the right strategies, it's something you can overcome. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's break the cycle together.